May the 9th, 2025. And the time is 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're out on the road today, friends. We're lifting up the name of Jesus Christ. Preaching the gospel, friends. And this isn't a task force to eradicate anti-Christian bias, friends. Now, come on, man. That has nothing to do with lifting up the name of Jesus. That's just a bunch of weirdos wasting everyone's time. But friends, that's not the end of the story. You don't have to join an anti-Christian bias task force to meet Jesus Christ. No, you really don't. You don't have to join a task force to be like Jesus. It doesn't even matter if you are like Jesus. Nobody's like Jesus. Nobody's like him. Nobody's like that guy. Nobody's like you. Nobody's like me. So please, enough of this task force to make everybody the same. Make everybody like you. Or make everybody like me. If it's my task force. This is your task force. It's not the Lord's. This isn't the Lord's task force, friends. This has not been authorized by the Lord. And the Lord is not at the head of it. I'm just joking around. I'm not joking around. Does it look like I'm joking to you? Hang on a second. By the way, did you know this is Christian Mukbang? And I am. Right now I'm holding up a Bible. And that means that this is Christian. Because when you hold the Bible next to something, it means it's Christian. Right? Right, because this is a Christian book. So if I'm holding one of these, it means I'm Christian. And this is Christian. This is Christian Mukbang. Speaking of which, this is the New Testament, living water. John, St. John, the Gospel according to St. John. That's it. This is Christian Mukbang. And I'm having a Dannon yogurt here. Okay, that's it. We'll see you next time, friends. I don't really have time for all this. We're on the road, friends. We're putting books on shelves. Trying to set up these little video shots daily so you can see what I'm doing. Kind of got to stay connected with you out there. But this task force, man, this is too much. These people are weirdos, friends. I don't even know what to think about these people. Maybe they're saved, maybe they're not. I don't know. That's not for me to say. What is for me to say is only what I can see, and I can tell you, friends, that these people don't even look like, and they don't even act like they're saved. Come on now, preacher, you know it. Man, I need a new catchphrase. You know it, and I know it. I need one. I need a new catchphrase. So, I don't know what it's going to be. This is some good yogurt here. I'll tell you what this is here. This is Dannon Light and Fit Original Strawberry. Look at that. I'm having this. This can be the thumbnail. Or this can be the thumbnail. How's that? Oh, I mean also, I got a coffee here. I'm just talking. Just keeping you busy. Keeping myself busy in the morning. I'm waiting for my wife to wake up. Now the key. It's a window in Farmington, Farmington. Man, what a town. What a city. What a village. I don't know what this place is. I didn't even notice they had a fire department. But I'm out here. We're out here, actually. We're putting books on shelves, friends. Let me tell you something. If you're a partner, so are you. Man, I need a new catchphrase. I'm working on it. I'm working on it, actually. If you see one, if you happen to see one, if you happen to, let me know. Okay, I'm gonna have a little peanut butter now. I'm gonna have a banana. Oh, so today for Christian Mukbang, of course, I have my Bible here because you have to make sure it's Christian. If you have your Bible, it's Christian. And I've got some peanut butter here. And I've got a banana. Wait, hang on a second. What? Hold on a second. What? Hey, hang on a second. Hold on a second. Yeah, what? He said what? Wait a minute. Wait, hang on a second. What? Hold on a minute. Hang on a minute. Hold on. Wait, hang on a second. Hang on a second here. Hold on. He said what? Hang on a minute. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? No, listen. No, I'm telling him. No, I'm telling you. Okay, give me that. No, I'm telling you. Oh, is that right? Okay, well, I'll tell you this. No, I'm telling you. You tell him. No, you tell him my numbers. No, you tell him that I guarantee my numbers are going to beat his by 37%. What? What? Wait, hang on a second. Hold on a second here. What? Hang on a minute. Listen, no, you tell him. No, I'm telling you. No, you tell him that my numbers are going to beat his numbers by 64%. Man, I don't even know what that meant. I don't even know what that's about. What was that all about? I don't even know. This is what that was about right here. What is that even about? By the way, that's a good place for a Reuben. I don't know what this stuff is about half the time. I don't know. Does it look like I'm not prepared? Does it look like I don't have everything I need? Man, I'm Mr. I have everything I need. Look at this. I got everything I need right here. What else do I got in here? I got a lot of stuff. I got everything I need. Now look at this. What's this all about? I mean, what is this all about? Okay, now I'm good. Wait, what? Wait, hang on a second. What? Hang on a second. Are you kidding? What did he say? What? What? No. No, I'm telling you. Hang on a second. Wait, hang on a minute here. Hang on a second. Now, what are you talking about? What? Hang on a minute. Give me the numbers. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Right. Now, what does that even mean? All right. Listen, here's what I'm going to say this again. No, listen. No, listen to me. No, you listen to me. I guarantee you that my numbers will beat his numbers by 2,400, 64%, 75. I guarantee it. That's it. I don't even know what that was about. Wait a minute, I don't even know what that was about. What was that even about? I don't know. Look, you tell me. By the way, this is Christian Mukbang. Does it look like I don't have everything I need? Look, and I'm Mr. I have everything I need. Mr. I have everything I need. I have everything I need right here. Hang on a second. Okay, so what I'm talking about here is this task force. These guys, man, they got a task force now. And their job, their main goal, is to get rid of you and me. Oh, no, I'm only joking. They don't want to get rid of you and me. These people want to get rid of the way you think and the way I think. Because that's anti of what they like. It's anti their personality. It's anti their zip code. What they mean is, you are anti them. That's really what it comes down to, friends. And what they need to do is they need to get saved. They need to get born again. They need to get washed in the blood of the Lamb. And if you don't like that, fine. I'm not here to convince you. I'm not here to prove anything to you. And I'm not even here to try to make you agree with me. It doesn't matter to me if you agree with me or not. I'm only doing this for the views, man, for the clicks. I have this banana. As you can see, this is also by wait, hey, what? I don't even have time for this. I don't know what that's about. What? Hang on a second. What? That doesn't make any sense to me. What are you even talking about? What? What are you talking about? I don't even know if this thing's working, man. Look, this is my cordless. It's my cordless banana. This is wireless now. Everything's wireless, man. Look at this. I got a wireless banana right here. To use it, all I got to do is just peel it, right? I'm going to peel this banana. This is a good one. How do I do this? Do I peel it this way or the other? I don't know. I'm going to peel it this way. This is how I peel it. All right, there it is. This is a banana, friend. This is going to be pretty good. This is a D.O.G.E banana right there. You see that? There you go. This is Christian Mukbang. This is Christian Mukbang. Today is May 9th. May the 9th. 2025. And we're at the Microtel by Wyndham in Farmington, New York. And we're traveling along, friends, singing our song, side by side. And let me tell you, friends, there's a lot of weirdos out there. And they claim to be of Christ. They claim to be delivering a message from Jesus Christ. And they might be. That could be. But not according to the Bible, friends. It could be if they're using a different book. But as it is, it doesn't look like they're really using the Bible, friends. It looks like they're seeking to abuse people. And they're scaring people. They're frightening people. They're pushing fear. And they're pushing fear, friends. That's all they have is fear. They don't really have anything else but fear. They have fear. And that's it. They have hate. They have anger. And they're suffering, friends. And they need to get saved. Amen. Come on. I'm going to preach it and you like, man, you need a catchphrase. I'm really sure. I'm trying to think it out. I've got something that's right here. I don't know where it is. Let's see. I've been reading this book here. Let me show you some of the books I'm reading. This is a good one here. Living Water. This is the Logos 21 version. New Testament. The Gospel of St. John. It's pretty good. I like this version. I like this. I'll read a little bit of it from this later for you. And then, of course, I'm reading The Miracle of Jimmy Carter by Howard Norton and Bob Schlosser. And this covers the campaign and the election of Jimmy Carter to the presidency, the United States presidency in 1976. And some time leading up to that during the campaign and so on and so forth. So it's a pretty good book. I recommend it. It's full of positive memories and positive philosophy, friends. It's good stuff, man. Jimmy Carter. The Miracle of Jimmy Carter by Howard Norton and Bob Schlosser. Pretty good stuff. Well, speaking of weirdos, this guy here, I'm looking at myself in a mirror right now, fellas. This guy's an all-time weirdo. Charlie Chaplin. No, I'm serious. I got a weirdo. Some weirdos. You gotta stay away from some weirdos, friends. And I'm looking at this, man. I'm wearing a pin. This guy's a weirdo. My friends, I'm not lifting up this today, friends. It doesn't matter what pin you have in your lapel. What matters is what's in your heart, friends. The Lord doesn't care what kind of pin is on your lapel. He doesn't care what kind of flag you wear. The Lord doesn't care what. Look, man, you got these weirdos, man. They're Christians. They claim to be of Christ. But they're Christians, friends. They're Christians with a capital SS at the end of their name, friends. And that's all they're concerned about, friends. They're more concerned with that capital SS at the end of their name than they are with the capital C at the beginning of their name. Come on now, I'm preaching, you know it. Man, I need a new catchphrase. What I really need, though, is to take another sip of this coffee. Now, look, this is some decaf right here today. Oh, by the way, listen, when I get back to town, this is where we got our home base here. We're heading to the East Coast. We are in New York right now, friends. Just met an old friend of mine. Just talked to him on the phone, actually. Lee Kushner. Man, this guy. I can't even listen to this guy tell stories without busting a gut, man. He's one of the funniest guys I've ever met. One of the nicest guys I've ever known. Lee Kushner. He's always supported me. He's always helped me out. Give me some good advice, man. He's a straight shooter. He gave me coaching, instruction, and he gives me friendship, man. He's my friend. I appreciate that. Thank you, Lee. This little banana's for you, I guess. Here's to you. Lee Gary Kushner. This guy is a comedian. Oh, by the way, national bestseller. Miracle of Jimmy Carter by Howard Norton and Bob Schlosser. It's pretty good. And also, New Testament Living Water booklet here. This is a bound book by Absolutely Free, published by Absolutely Free Incorporated. This is the Gospel of John. This is the book, one book, friends, in the Bible. And then this, friends, is another book. This is another book. It could be a Christian book. This is a book about another Christian. This is a Christian book, friends. The Miracle of Jimmy Carter. Okay. And then, of course, I have, I'm gonna see what I got in here today. This has been in the car. So every day I try to look up one word and see what I'm looking up today. Oh, here's one. This is a postcard that I found in here. And this is from, oh, here it is. This is it's a note. It's a card from Centerpoint Church. And let's see here. The Greeting Card Ministry. Centerpoint Church, the Greeting Card Ministry. Okay. A merry heart with good luck and medicine. Yes. You are loved. God is love. Bless his holy name. Our prayers is the love we have for your family. Happy Valentine's Day, Centerpoint Church family. Oh, that's very nice. And it's addressed to me. from the Centerpoint Church greeting card ministry. Wow, great, thank you. This is from Centerpoint Church, and the scripture here on the front of this is Lamentation 3:22. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases, and his mercies never come to an end. Amen. Come on now, I'm preaching, you know it. So this is from Centerpoint Church, friends. And of course, this is Christian Mukbang. And this is from Bob at Norton and Howard Slosser. And this is published by this book here, The Miracle of Jimmy Carter. This book is published by this one is published by Logos International, Plainfield, New Jersey. This one here, Logos International, Plainfield, New Jersey. And of course, first edition, June 25, 1976. Okay. And of course, I have this greeting card from the Centerpoint Church, the greeting card ministry. Thank you for that. And then I have, of course, my copy of the Bible, Living Water bound version of the Gospel of St. John, or the story of Jesus, if you will, according to John's version. This is the Logos 21 version. And then finally, I have, I finished my banana. Oh, there it is right here. That was my banana. I guess my phone's out of batteries here. What? I can't hear you. Hang on, I think the wires are broken. Hang on. Yeah, I know, very funny. Okay, and then I have my Dana yogurt, little peanut butter that goes in there. And then for the road here, I have my cereal bar, which I'm going to take. I'm going to meet a friend of mine today. And like I said, I was talking earlier to Lee Kushner. And he's a good guy, man. He's a great guy. He's been a good friend of mine for years in the comedy business. When I was doing comedy, when I used to do comedy, before I went into full-time book sales and preaching, friends, preaching the gospel, when I was doing comedy, and I still keep in touch with the people that I used to work with, and people that are friends in that business industry, so to speak, business, so to speak, because it is a business, friends. Everything in life is a business, if you think about it. Let's get down to it. What are you working? What are you doing? What's in your wallet, so to speak? Yeah, I don't want any copyright infringements. Man, I need a new catchphrase. I don't want any copyright infringements, man. I need a new catchphrase. Look, does it look like I don't have everything I need? Look, man, I'm Mr. I have everything I need. Look at this. Does it look like I don't have everything I need? Look at this. Do you need something? What do you need? I got it, man. What do you think I got? What does it look like I don't have everything I need? You think I don't know everything I need? I'm Mr. I have everything I need. Okay, today is Friday. Listen, man, that's all I got to say is today is Friday. I'm home now. But going out, driving out towards the friend of mine. Now, I'm trying to figure out which direction I am driving. I'm going south today. I'm going to be out here in New York for most of the day. In the morning, at least, about noon, I'm going to pull out and roll out. Roll out. Roll out. Yeah. This is Christian Mukbang, friends, and I'm having a hell of a time. It's a hell of a night. I remember we went to see Great White at the Costa Mesa Amphitheater. Man, this was back in the 80s. This might have been about 85. And I remember Stryper was opening for Great White. I actually went to go see Stryper. I don't remember when it was, but I went to go see Stryper. It was the original lineup with Tim Gaines. This is back in the early 80s, late 80s, mid 80s, probably about 85. It might have been 86. I think it was 85. And they would remember Stryper, man. They were passing out Bibles, throwing out Bibles, and we were waiting in line. And while we were in line, these guys were coming around and we were passing out Bibles. So I had a Stryper Bible, and I don't know what happened to that Bible. I don't have it anymore. But I had a Stryper Bible, and then I had a bandana, and a Stryper shirt. I think I still have that Stryper shirt, and I have a Stryper Hold on a second. Oh boy, that was a big sneeze. That felt good. Okay. I heard something that sneeze is the closest thing you can get to absolute bliss. It doesn't cost you any money. Okay, let's see. Whether you're, I got my bifocals going here. Whether you're fueling up for work or play, Wyndham rewards everyone. Okay? Whether you are fueling up for work or play, Wyndham rewards everyone. Okay, well, Wyndham needs to write me a check. Look at that. Whether you are fueling up for work or play, Wyndham rewards everyone. Man, Wyndham needs to write a check. Man, speaking of people needing to write a check, let me tell you something. Let me explain this to you. Man, Centerpoint Church, man, they need to write me a check. Look, if you're looking for a good church, no, I'm only joking, man. Am I really joking? Am I really joking? Okay, let's see here. Inexpensiveness. This is the word for today. Inexpensiveness. Let me help you out here. This is from the new Roget's Thesaurus, revised edition, in dictionary form. And this is, of course, see what the publishing information on it is. And what am I doing there? Drop this. I don't know what that was. Okay, there's a spider in this book. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, this book's been in the car. I saw a spider in the car the other day. It's a little tiny one. It wasn't like a poison spider. It was like little daddy long legs, a tiny one. Okay, here we go here. A Berkeley book published by G.P. Putnam. Sons, distributed by Berkeley Publishing Corporation. This G.P. Putnam's Berkeley edition is a somewhat revised edition of the new Roget's Thesaurus in dictionary form, published January 1961 by Garden City Books by special arrangement with G.P. Putnam's Sons. There you go. And of course, this one is copyright 1961, copyright 1978. And then the original, the Roget Dictionary, copyright 1931, 1936 by C.O. Sylvester Mawson. All rights reserved, etc., etc. So inexpensiveness. Get back to that one now. Inexpensiveness. And the way we spell inexpensiveness is I-N-E-X-P-E-N. Let me find it here. S-I-V-E-N-E-S-S. Inexpensiveness. From the Roget's revised edition is the new Roget's Thesaurus in dictionary form. I'm looking at it like this. I've got my little setting right there. This is my location. And I'm looking up here. We're going to look at the reader. We're going to read for today. Inexpensiveness. Inexpensiveness. From the revised. Inexpensiveness. Low price. Roget's. New Roget's. Inexpensiveness. This is a noun. Revised. Here we go. I'm revised this. Well, I'm going to say again what I said. This is revised. Inexpensiveness. Noun. Inexpensiveness. Low price. Budget price. Bargain sale. Drug on the market. Seconds. Rejects. Samples. Cancellations. Inexpensiveness. And that's the section there on verb nouns. And then the verb be inexpensive. And then, of course, cheapen. And then adverb adjective, an adverb, phrases, cheaply, inexpensively, at a bargain, and so on. See also economy, lowness, sale, and then antonyms. See expenditure. And that's it. That's all I'm going to read for today. I'm going to go ahead and put this one back. Centerpoint Church right there. Here it is. This is the revised edition, the new D.O.G.E's Thesaurus Dictionary form. There it is. And then I have, of course, the Miracle of Jimmy Carter, Howard Norton, Bob Slosser. And then, of course, I have the Living Bible. This is the Bible. And this one is the account, the story of Jesus, according, it's St. John's version of Jesus here, friends, so to speak. And then, of course, I have my book here. That's what I'm writing here today. And you might be helping me write this book. And today is Friday, May the 9th, 2025. And what's in your story? Mm-hmm. That could be the thumbnail. Maybe that is the thumbnail. What's your thumbnail, friends? All right, I'm just barely getting started here, but I don't have time to keep doing this. I'm gonna wrap it up. I've got this to go. Here's my water. I'll finish this water real quick. Let's see what time it is here. Man, it's about 7:30 now. I'm doing this all in about 7:30. About 30 minutes now. This is lemon water. Let me tell you something. With Wyndham, they need to write a check, man. Let me see this again here. Whether you're feeling up for work or play, Wyndham rewards everyone. Man, come on, you know what I'm going to say. These guys, man, Wyndham needs to write a check. Hey, you know who else needs to write a check? Don't even get started. Come on, man, I'm only joking. Am I? Yeah, you tell me. I'm just enjoying my coffee. Man, Walter is one of the funniest guys, man. Walter Shopek from The Big Lebowski, man. The guy's hilarious. No, I'm serious. I'm just sitting here. I'm enjoying my coffee. The funny thing about that guy in The Big Lebowski is that Walter, the dude's friend, Walter, played by John Goodman in The Big Lebowski, Coen Brothers. Written and directed by the Coen Brothers. Joe and Ethan Coen. Joe and Ethan Coen. And that was, I don't remember when that came out. It was the 90s, mid-90s, late 90s or something like that. I don't remember, but whatever it was, it's the funniest movie. Characters, man, this is like some Shakespeare quality. Look, I'm not an expert in Shakespeare, but I can tell you I've read some Shakespeare and it's good stuff. And The Big Lebowski's good stuff. But Walter, this guy's hilarious. He says stuff on every subject. He's an expert on everything. Now, this guy, Walter, is an expert on everything. And dude, there's one scene in there, one line where he says, and he's talking about these marmot that these nihilists came in and they brought in, they attacked the dude. And they were threatening him, and they threw this marmot into the, I don't know what it was, but it was in it's like a weasel or something. They dropped it in the bathwater with him, and he's just screaming, ah, ah. And then the guy tells him, we're going to cut off your Johnson. And he says, what? We're going to cut off your Johnson. And then later, they're bowling, and he says, I'm going to cut off my Johnson. And then, of course, Donnie says, what do you need that for, dude? And then Walter starts going on about this marmot, and he says, and besides that, you know, it's not legal to keep within city limits, but he kind of trails off. He kind of trails his voice off, like he's written as a character that doesn't know exactly what he's talking about. He knows he doesn't, But when he's really confident in what he has to say, he thinks he is, he speaks loudly and with no interruption, and it's a straight stream of words, solidly presented. It's like vocal resonance and strength. No weakness there. Confidence in mind and spirit as he lays out what his argument is. And then all of a sudden he gets on this little subject he doesn't know about. His voice starts trailing off every time. And one of these is when he's in the cafe. He's drinking coffee with a dude. And man, he's screaming, going on and on about his buddies in Vietnam and he's face down in the mud. And the Supreme Court has roundly rejected. And the lady tells him, could you please keep it down? People are trying to eat it. And he says, I'm just having my coffee. And then the dude gets up and leaves. And Walter's sitting there alone. And I think this is the only scene in the movie. I could be wrong about this, but I think this is the only scene in the movie where the dude does not appear in this scene. I think so. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to watch the movie again. But I think this is the only scene in which the dude does not appear. As he's exiting the scene, he leaves Walter sitting at the I think I'm saying here. I think my beard's falling out. Man, I got hair all over the place here. I thought my beard was falling out. Well, that's another story. I'll tell you that one in a minute. But he's sitting there at the at this counter in this cafe. And he says, "I'm just drinking. And you see the dude. The way he's written is, as soon as the dude leaves, he's already been going on about the Supreme Court. It already looks like he doesn't know what he's talking about. And then, here comes the dude. He leaves, and Walter's sitting there. And he says, "I'm just drinking my coffee." And he completely changes his tone to it. He's like staid and buttoned down. All of a sudden, he's going to just do what he wants, but he's just going to enjoy his coffee. But you know, he's feeling really awkward. Let's put it. Let's see. Let me think about another word for that. Oh, hang on. I got a piece of ice here. I gotta look up awkward. Let's see that. So he's feeling like he made a big mess. You know, thanks. People are looking at him. Now he wants to finish his coffee, so he kind of trails off. I'm going to finish my coffee. Award. See here. Awning. You know. Awful. Awkward. Here it is. Awkward. Adjective. Bulky, unwieldy, left-handed, unhandy, clumsiness. Well, I don't know if that's Walter, but whatever it was. He was behaving in an awkward fashion, and not with his usual confident bravado, or confidence, appearing to be super confident bravado. And Walter Slopez is one of the funniest characters, man. This guy is right up there with Jar Jar Binks, man. Listen. If you want to know what I think about Jar Jar Binks, he's the funniest character ever in Star Wars, and one of the funniest characters ever in movie history. I mean, he's right up there with Harold Lloyd, any of the Three Stooges, Goofy, Roger Rabbit. Many of these characters, I think, come later, and they should be looking to Jar Jars to see how they should be funny. We'll see what Hollywood produces now, man. There's a bunch of junk out there, man. Hollywood's full of weirdos, let me tell you. And speaking of weirdos, well, not a weirdo, but speaking of weirdos, it's a weirdo town, Hollywood. Jake Lloyd is not a weirdo. Jake Lloyd deserves an Oscar for his portrayal of Anakin Skywalker in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Man, look, this is a masterpiece. Written and directed by George Lucas. Producer Rick McCallum, executive producer George Lucas. Man, look, this is a masterpiece. And Jake Lloyd deserves an Oscar for his portrayal of Anakin Skywalker in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. It's an absolute masterpiece. And also, so does On That Best, by the way. I might be talking about Oscar-worthy performances. And the whole movie deserves an Oscar. The Phantom Menace is flat out deserves an Oscar. It's the first movie ever made like that. It's probably the last movie ever going to be made like that. But it's based on other ideas. It's a compilation of, it's an identity, friends. And this gets me to these other weirdos. Now, speaking of weirdos, all right, okay, I'm going to talk about it. Now, is it personal? Nah, it's not. Well, maybe it's a little personal. I mean, look, man, if you think this is funny, that you want to go and you want to go back in time and you want to kill George Lucas with a shovel, and you think that's funny? You think that's funny? Man, that's sick. That's just sick, dude. If you think that stuff is funny. That's all I'm going to say about that, man. If you think it's funny to go back and talk about going back in time and killing somebody with a shovel, man, why don't you pick somebody else? Or why? What is wrong with you? What is the matter with anybody that thinks that stuff is funny? I don't know. Hey, maybe you think a lot of stuff is funny that I don't think is funny. I think a lot of stuff is funny that you might not think is funny that you might not even want to talk about. But I'll tell you one thing that's not funny. Is saying that you're going to go back in time and kill George Lucas with a shovel. Man, that's just sick. That's just sick. Okay, well, I think I'll leave it at that, friends. Oh, I'm going to read something out of the Bible real quick. Oh, here we go. Jesus heals a man born blind, John chapter 9. Now, as he was passing by, it's the Logos 21 version. Now, as he was passing by, he saw a man who had been blind from birth. His disciples questioned him, saying, Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? Now, look, man, it sounds like these Christians today. They find somebody who's sick. They find somebody who's hurting. They find someone who's in need. And the first thing they want to know is who to blame. Who to blame so they can deport them. Come on, now I'm preaching, you know it. Look, man, there's one way to build a wall, and there's more than one way to deport somebody. And Christians are in the business these days of building walls and deporting. Oh, also defunding. Come on, now I'm preaching, you know it, man. You know I'm preaching. I'm preaching, and you know it. I need a catchphrase. The Lord said, neither this man sinned nor his parents. Jesus replied, reading from the Logos 21 version. Gospel of John, chapter 9, starting at verse number 1 and reading through verse number 4. Neither this man sinned nor his parents. Jesus replied, but this came about so that God's works might be displayed in him. I must do the work. Rather, I must do the works of the one who sent me while it is day. Night is coming when nobody can work. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. And that's it. And then after he said these things, he spit on the ground and made some mud or whatever he put on the guy's eyes and told him to go to the pool of Siloam and wash. Which is, translation, sent. And the man went and he saw. And then, of course, they ended up kicking him out of church because he was a weirdo. There's a lot of weirdos out there, friends. Sometimes people kick you out just for being honest. That's what happened to me in a lot of places, and that's what's happening to people in a lot of places. They're eradicating the wrong kind of thinking, friends. And if you're in a church, if you're a member of a church, and they don't like the way you think, then you're going to be on their list of the task force that they need to eradicate. They need to get you out of there, or they need to get rid of the way you think. And if they can't get rid of the way you think, they will get rid of you. And that's just what's happening today in our world, in our world, friends. And unfortunately, sadly, many people within the church, many people within the body of Christ are falling away in this way, friends, in this manner. And according to these lies, that it's the job of Christians to form a task force and to eradicate anti-Christian bias so that the government is now telling people how to worship or what to worship and how to think about faith or no faith or a certain faith. And if you're the wrong kind of Christian, if you're the wrong kind of Jew, if you're the wrong kind of anything, goodbye to you. Or as Obi-Wan told Anakin, Star Wars Episode 2, Attack the Clones, when he said, I haven't seen you this nervous since we fell into that nest of gundogs. And then Anakin said, oh no, you fell into the nest of gundogs. I'm the one that rescued you. Something like that. And then Obi-Wan goes, oh, yes. Obi-Wan Kenobi's a weirdo. I have this idea for a drinking game, even though I'm not drinking. I got water and coffee here, so I play it with coffee or water. I got decaf too, by the way. Come on now. I should have some caffeine. I need some. I need caffeine. Okay, I lost my train of thought there. Let me get it back. Oh, drinking game. Every time in the Phantom Menace or Attack the Clones or Revenge of the Sith, Obi-Wan is a weirdo. Mostly it starts in Attack the Clones. He's an all-out weirdo, dude. The Jedi are weirdos. Now here's the difference between the original trilogy and the preface section, part 1, which is my book, but I based the preface section, part 1, on the prequels, which is the preface to the Star Wars trilogy, the original trilogy. But it's the way George Lucas wrote it. He wrote the original first, as a published book, and this came in the form of Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. And then, years later, in '99, he came out on screens with this book, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And this was incredible. It's amazing. It's like, never saw anything like this again. I never saw anything like this again. In Star Wars 77, I did, at age 10. And then I went on and watched all the movies growing up, starting at age 10 in theaters in 1977. And then, 1999, wow, again. I mean, I started crying when they run the opening title call. Turmoil has engulfed the Galactic Republic. Man, I was looking at Star Wars. I was feeling it. I love George Lucas. I thank the maker. And if you love George Lucas and you thank the maker, and you know for a fact that he is the creator and that he is the true creator of Star Wars, and you know what real Star Wars is, then you're going to want my books. My books explain everything about Star Wars and the prequels, unlocking and explaining the secrets of the prequels, friends. Explaining and looking at society from the viewpoint of the prequels, and Christians, friends, from the standpoint of the King James Bible. I mean, this is an all-out tear-through of society, Christianity, everything from top to bottom, inside and out. The preface section, part 1, friends. This is a Christian book by Srandall Slopez. Now, this is the title of the book. The preface section, part 1. This is a Christian book by Srandall Slopez. And look up the book. This is a Christian book by Srandall Slopez. The book of the introduction by Srandall Slopez. And then, of course, the preface section, part 1. This is a Christian book by Srandall Slopez. And that's it. You look at those books. Even, man, if you read the description of those books, look them up. Look up those books online, man. And you might not even need to buy the books. If you just read the description of the books, but buy them if you want them, if you can. And then make as many copies as you need. And then give away as many copies as you want. And then also, friends, if you happen to want these books, just write me a letter, man. I'll send you a copy of the books free of charge, including shipping. While quantities last and while quantities are available, because I have a lot of people that want these books. I've been just giving books away. I'm giving them away, friends. If you want them, or you online, you can buy them. They're reasonably priced, friends. Modestly priced. Going back to Big Lebowski. That's it. I don't have anything else to say on any of that. I might have something to say, but I want to leave you with these words, friends. These are words from Qui-Gon Jinn, the wise and powerful Jedi. And these are the words, friends, and I'll leave you with these words. Remember, your focus determines your reality. And may the Force be with us.